Hey guys, welcome to another episode. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about detailing the interior of your car. So I've got the Volkswagen Golf right here and I haven't cleaned it since I bought it. And it's in very bad condition. So I thought, you know what, why not get me and my buddies and clean out the interior. Now the guys behind me, this is Daniel and Gret. And these two guys are essentially going to be helping me detail the entire thing. Now the inside is nasty. And I'm going to show you right now what it looks like.
So since I bought the car, I didn't touch the interior at all. Surprisingly, it wasn't filled with nasty crap everywhere. Other than your regular dirty carpets and stained seats, it wasn't actually that bad, but for sure needs some loving. So before I start off with degreasing and cleaning the cloth seats in the car, a quick vacuum is a must to get rid of the large debris. Move the seats around, take some of the seats out, and get access to all the dirty spots in the car. We removed all the carpets, moved the seats forwards and backwards to get access to the carpet underneath, and we also took out the back bench just so we could get access to all the crap that's underneath all of that. Just take a look at all the crap that was underneath the back cushions. If we didn't take it out, all of that junk would be stuck in there and we wouldn't have touched it. So the way both Greg and Dan clean cloth seats, carpets, or anything with fabric for that matter, they clean it the exact same way. So they have a degreaser inside of a spray bottle and they spray it directly onto the fabric. In this case, it's a seat. Then they grab a brush and agitate the degreaser in the cloth seats so that the dirt and grime will lift from the threads of the cloth. After that, they'll wipe it down with a white terry cloth to lift up the dirt that is suspended in the degreaser. Now, as you can tell, as soon as you use a white terry cloth, any lifted dirt is going to show on the terry cloth. Now, depending on how bad the seats are that you're working on, you might have to hit them a couple times with a degreaser and a brush in order to get all the dirt out of the seats. Even though we already cleaned up this first little side bolster once, cleaning it up a second time is still going to lift up a lot of dirt. Take a look at this terry cloth to see how much dirt is actually coming out of the fabric. So you're going to be doing this to essentially the entire seat up until the point that the entire seat looks basically brand new again. Now, something to note is that when you're cleaning up the entire seat, you always want to be using a new terry cloth so that instead of spreading the dirt all over the seat, you're going to be picking it up with that new rag. Keep repeating this process until when you use the terry cloth and wipe it over the seat, the terry cloth comes up clean. Both Greg and Dan are going to keep at it and keep cleaning the interior of the Golf. You guys can use any kind of brush that you like when you're doing this. Now, something that I find is that when you guys are cleaning cloth interior, the firmer the better. However, when the bristles get too firm, they actually can deteriorate and ruin some of the cloth. So you have to find a nice happy medium where the brush is strong enough to agitate the degreaser, but not strong enough that it'll actually ruin the fabrics of the seat. You also shouldn't be pushing too hard. You should be letting the brush and the product degrease and agitate all the dirt in the seat and let the cleaner do its job. You shouldn't be using the brush as essentially a grinder and pushing the dirt into the seats more.
So essentially you're spraying the degreaser down?
So I spray down the first time, I agitate it, and then I go over it again so I can make it more foamier, I should say.
Okay, sounds good.
Make it like, yeah. And then I'll agitate it again. That way you can see, right?
So that's the foam you're looking for?
That's usually what shows you where the dirt is. So that's the dirt. That's actually gonna come out. Like, it'll show. See, here's a clean rag, and then when I wipe it, like you can...
Yeah, you can even see that.
When you keep wiping it, like you can... See, it'll start showing the dirt when you start picking it up. And wipe, and then flip your towel over to always have a clean surface so you're not spreading the dirt around.
Yep.
And that'll help pick all the dirt out of there.
So do you think it makes a difference if you use those white terry cloths or do you use microfibers?
Well, they're a lot stiffer of a material.
What, these ones?
Yeah, they're more abrasive, so it's basically like scraping the dirt out.
Yep.
Like, it's lifting it out better than a microfiber would.
Okay.
Even though microfiber is good for it, but I prefer the towels a lot.
Well, if it works, it works, right?
Yeah, it does a better job, I think. So that's that. You can go over it again. Well, these are pretty dirty, so I'm gonna go over it one more time. Spray it down again everywhere, and it'll show again if there's any more dirt. See, it's not showing there.
Now, from some of the pictures you have on your work page, it's just mind-blowing some of the work you've done. I'll be throwing up some pictures probably right here for you guys. If you guys can see the difference on some of these things that they've done. The interior difference between before and after is nuts.
This towel was white when we started.
Yeah, it's not so wet anymore.
And then the other side.
So that's like sweat and dirt and everything that's accumulated on there for a while.
Yes.
Nice.
Give it a nice wipe, make sure, and the thing is with, I don't know if you want to put that in the video, but with the degreaser, it's always nice and wet and foamy.
Yep.
So it'll just keep the dirt always lifting up. So even if you come back and wipe it in 5 minutes, it'll still pick whatever dirt's out. Because the foam is just pushing it up and...
Okay, that's good to know. Nice. So essentially, the entire rest of the seat should be looking like that after it's all done.
Yeah.
Nice. So even on this angle, you can see how dirty brown this is. Yeah.
Let me just...
Ah, it's gross.
Probably coffee.
Or someone sitting on the seat naked and nasty.
Coffee. It's definitely coffee. Yeah, it's just...
Damn, look at that towel.
It's getting destroyed. And this was a new one I just picked up, actually.
Yeah, I saw it 2 seconds ago, it was white.
That was just that little half there, dude. I'm gonna finish up that.
That looks a hell of a lot better. Woo!
Cleaning dirty carpets is the exact same procedure as cleaning dirty seats. So essentially all you're doing is you're getting your degreaser, you're spraying it down on your carpet. After that, you're going to have to agitate it with a brush, and then afterwards, clean it all up with another terry cloth. This is going to be very straightforward, so if it's still dirty, go ahead, use the degreaser, agitate it, and then pick it up with a terry cloth. You can see that these carpets are very dirty and need a lot of loving. Just by looking at the foam that's coming off of the brush, you can see how dirty and nasty these are. It's a good thing I've got buddies like Greg and Dan that will be there to clean all this stuff out for me. If you have a floor mat that's very dirty, maybe even the driver's side, you can break out your steam cleaner to make the dirt release a bit easier from the fibers of the carpet. The steam cleaner uses steam to break loose the dirt. Because the steam is very hot, it will warm up the fibers and make the degreaser work better as well. It isn't necessary to do this, but will make cleaning a lot easier. The same thing goes for cleaning leather seats. I've showed you before how to thoroughly clean leather seats, and one of the tools that I used to achieve the great results was a steam cleaner. Once all the fabrics on the car are clean, I like to go over the car once more with a vacuum to clean up any remaining dirt that released itself from the fibers. Something to note is that the seats may be damp for a small period of time. It doesn't matter if you use this method that I showed you how to use today, or if you use an extractor. The seats will still be damp after cleaning your seats out like this. Something that I like to do is bring the car outside in the sun and crack both windows of the car. By just letting it sit there, a lot of the water in the seats will evaporate, leaving your seats perfectly clean and dry.
A big shout out goes to Greg and Dan for helping me detail the Golf. The interior of this thing looks fantastic. I'll show you in 2 minutes what it looks like, but in the meantime, you guys can follow their Instagram, Facebook, all that social media stuff at
Rosary Custom.
There you go. Now is it the same thing for Instagram and Facebook?
Yep.
All the same. All right guys, I'll put links for it in the description too so you guys can check them out. If you guys have any questions regarding the video, throw them down there too. Again, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Peace. There, done.
I forgot to say, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button.
Oh, oops. Subscribe and do all that stuff too. Sweet.